Why do you think entrepreneurs might get stuck? Here are 10 reasons why. Number one, they stop doing the fundamentals. Many years ago, in a past life, I used to dance salsa. And whenever we were in the advanced class and somebody was struggling with a move, it usually came right back down to the basics. They weren't doing a basic step really well. In our experience, most entrepreneurs get stuck because they stop doing the fundamentals well. They need to revisit their things like mission, vision, values. They need to revisit things like their marketing system, their sales system, their service system. Most often it's something to do with their sales system or their service system. When you go back to the fundamentals, you take your trajectory back on course and you go back to the basics. The second thing most people get stuck on is they try to do too much. All of us have a lot on our plates. What are the things you're going to say no to? Saying no defines who you are. It's part of your strategy. And you have to begin to say no to things and stop doing as much as you're doing. One of the mantras we talk about often is the narrow the focus, the bigger your opportunity. When you narrow your focus, you want to narrow your focus in three ways. You want to narrow your focus in terms of the people you serve, how you spend your time, and what you're going to fix next. The third reason many entrepreneurs get stuck is they don't have a trusted advisor or mentor who challenges their decisions. A lot of people end up surrounding themselves with yes people. So, you've built a successful company, people around you are now dependent on you for their income. They're dependent on you for their salaries. They want to make sure their jobs are safe. So they aren't necessarily challenging you when you are potentially going to make a bad decision. One of the things I want to point out is that there's a great study on 360-degree feedback. And what they found in that is that when people are low down in an organizational hierarchy, the way they see themselves in a 360-degree performance feedback is very much aligned with how others see them. The higher you go up in that ladder, the more underlined it is. So the more you go up in the organization, the more you need to double down on self-awareness and having people who challenge the things you already believe. Because one of the most important things we need to be aware of is confirmation bias, where we seek information to validate the conclusions we already have. So surround yourself with people who will challenge you. Reason number 4, that entrepreneurs get stuck. Many entrepreneurs don't audit their systems and processes to see if they can be improved. They built their systems and processes when they were just building their company. And the truth is, they usually built it in a way that it was good enough. If they revisit or they audit their existing systems and processes, often they can see a significant percentage increase in efficiency. For example, let's say you put in a CRM 5 years ago and you've been running that CRM for 5 years. It is worth it to go back and check all of your assumptions when you initially built out that CRM. One of the things that we teach in our programs is what I called quality and continuous improvement, QCI. You want to build a culture inside your organization of QCI. How you focus on continuously improving your systems and processes. And in order to do that, every now and then you need to do an audit of all of your systems and processes. Reason number 5 entrepreneurs often get stuck is they don't have a clear succession plan. What's next for you? Where's the company going? Almost 60% of entrepreneurs do not have a succession plan. Depending on the numbers, that number is higher. But the point is, what's happening next? What's a succession plan for yourself, for different people in the organizations as people grow? How are you going to grow that organization 5, 10, 15 years from now? Succession planning is key to ensuring the longevity of your organization, and you need to focus on who is going to succeed you in your own role. Reason number 6 many entrepreneurs get stuck is that they underinvest in their personal learning and development. Because you are high up in the organization, because you are on top of the organization, you begin to lose self-awareness. You begin to get overconfident in the way that you're proceeding with your decision making. So you want to make sure that you continually double down on self-awareness. Know your blind spot. Have people who are around you are going to challenge you, and make sure that you're constantly doing that personal work before you demand the best of other people. Reason number 7 many entrepreneurs get stuck may sound obvious. but it comes down to not fully understanding where you make your money. So for some people, they are very clear on where they make their money. We call it the business opportunity. Where do you make your money? How do you spend your time? Who do you sell? What do you sell? A lot of our work is getting people to revisit their business opportunity. So as a seasoned entrepreneur, are you clear, absolutely clear, that you know what's your most profitable line of business? So be very clear on where you make your money. Reason number 8 is often entrepreneurs get comfortable in the way their business is. They fail to redefine their business as the environment changes. So for example, technology today is rapidly changing. If you don't bring in enough technology to make your team more efficient and effective, chances are your competition is. So you want to make sure that you are investing in the right ways to boost your efficiency in the organization and continue with that quality and continuous improvement. Reason number 9 entrepreneurs get stuck is that they believe that they have to have all the answers. Nobody has all the answers. Feel free to ask for help. For some of us, asking for help feels like a failure. But rest assured, it's the most successful people who ask for help, and those are the ones who outperform the rest. One key caveat is, often, by the time you ask for help, it's often too late. And reason number 10 is really committing to how narrow they go. So most people don't go narrow enough. You want to go narrow in the people you serve, the way you spend your time, and what you fix next. You want to be very radical and disciplined in how narrow you go, particularly around how you spend your time. One of the common things we see is that people are very hesitant to delegate their tasks. They're hesitant to take things off their plate. Double down on going narrow, because the narrower you go, the bigger the opportunity. And there you have it. 10 reasons senior entrepreneurs often get stuck. If you want to get serious about your entrepreneurial journey, follow the link below and consider following us on social media, YouTube, Instagram, and LinkedIn.